Tonight, Showbiz on location with the princess of rock and roll, Lisa Marie Presley. And we've all watched Elvis's only child grow up in the spotlight and evolve into not just an incredible artist in her own right, but also a mom of 4, including 2 3-year-old twin girls. Lisa Marie's all too familiar with critics who slammed her for gaining weight while she was pregnant, and now she's taking a stand. Showbiz Tonight went on location with Lisa Marie at the magnificent Grammy Museum, where she opened up about everything from her famous dad to American Idol and her first album in 7 years, Storm and Grace.
And all my boys unleash all the hounds of hell.
Storm and Grace, that is a fully loaded title. What was the inspiration behind this, your first album in 7 years?
My life just took so many different turns. I left the country, I had babies, I had things to work out, and I wanted to do it far away, and thank God I had the, accessibility to use a creative outlet while doing that and processing it all.
Let's talk about the famed T-Bone Burnett. Gosh, teaming up with him on this album, he produced it. What was that like?
He really just kind of came in as a godsend, and I was kind of didn't have a lot of confidence anymore. I was a little bit tapped out, and when he came in and took it on and believed in it, and about, I say, 3 or 4 days in, I just kind of pulled him aside and said, and I just thanked him. I was like, breathing life back into me. I didn't really have it.
Correct me here if I'm not quoting this correctly, but he said, I wanted to create something that Elvis would dig. What do you think your dad would say if he had a chance to listen to this phenomenal CD today?
I could only hope that he would be proud. I also think that he would understand a little bit what I was dealing with before and sort of the process to get here. I could only hope that he would be proud, though. I mean, this seems a little more up his alley.
How did it feel being on that huge, intimidating Idol stage? My gosh.
Oh, God. I mean, I was really trying not to think about it.
Yeah.
I said,
is it as overwhelming as it appears watching it from home?
It is, but I have to say, I was thrilled with the stage, the setup on the stage, and I think I had somebody say to me, I asked how many viewers, and then I said, no, don't
go there.
Don't tell me till after I get off. Yeah.
Simon Fuller is the king of reality TV. So tell me, any aspirations in the future to judge a singing competition reality show?
Gosh, I wouldn't say never, ever to anything.
If Simon asked you tomorrow?
I would, well, I don't know. I mean, he never has. So it's never come up. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't say never, but I wouldn't find it easy to be someone that would tear an artist apart. If I did, and if it ever happened, I would be the encouraging one.
Tell me about your trip to Graceland. You shot a little bit of the video there, but you also spent Mother's Day there with the family.
I did. I was, we had dinner, and then everyone got in the golf carts and ran around and tore up the lawn after dinner.
Takes you back to your childhood?
Yeah, it does. The babies were in the golf cart squealing and giggling, so that was fun.
What do you tell them about Dad, their grandfather?
They, Finley is very, that's my grandfather who sings, and she wants to hear it. So it's like I'm whizzing by his satellite radio, and Elvis satellite radio comes by. She'll hear, like, she has an ear, so she'll go back, that's my grandfather in the back seat.
And Riley is just taking on an amazing career. Acting now.
She is.
No longer modeling, diving into acting.
Right.
Yeah, what kind of advice do you give her as a famous child?
I want her to follow her heart and what she wants to do, but it can tend to be a little bit hard on people, the business, entertainment. So sometimes if it can get a little superficial, she'll get disheartened. And that, is very much like me and her father, to be honest. So, I mean, and I can see her start to, like, deflate if things, get a little bit superficial or not important. She can just kind of, and it's not about the art anymore, then I can see her doing that. Now, that concerns me, but she's going to have to, she'll get through it.
The issue of body image, it's always been in the news, but it's been at the forefront. Anna Wintour's, the ban on skinny models. You've dealt with it yourself, the paparazzi targeting you because of your weight at one point when you were expecting.
Yeah, I think that anyone criticizing any woman for gaining weight during pregnancy, ever, not just me, but any woman, you know, is that, like, that should be off limits. You know, the woman is contributing to the human race, you know, and that's when that became okay to go after people for gaining weight, for being pregnant. I don't know. I might have been one of the first few, but.
You've been on that quest for normalcy. Why is that so important, and have you found it?
Yes, I have, and it is important just to keep grounded, because I don't ever want to be insulated where I don't have my a gauge on the temperature out there, or on me, or on what's going on, and you can sort of get insulated and surrounded when you're a high profile, or there's power, or there's money. All these things can attract the wrong elements, and it's important to keep a good perspective of life so that doesn't happen.
Thank you so much.
Indeed it is. Now, that was Showbiz Tonight's Corrine Winter. Lisa Marie also recently visited Sun Studios in Memphis for the very first time. That's where her dad recorded his music. She said that being there at the famous studio was magical, and that she felt just such an incredible energy there. So moving